All right. Welcome, everybody. Today is Saturday, August 5th. It is the first training after our international conference that we just had. And pretty exciting about everything that was shared at conference. And today we have a lot on the schedule. Let me kind of go through what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about conference a little bit. We're going to talk about the director program, the Port of IARTA qualifications. We're going to go through the compensation plan. We're going to talk about a little bit of changes in training, and then we're going to talk about the next event. So we have a lot to cover, and here's the thing. I'd love to have everybody share about what they got out of conference, maybe a minute, and then make sure that you *6 your phone when you're done. All right, so who'd like to share? 43. 42. Maybe I'll do this. Hold on just a second. Yay. Thank you, Robert. So what this means is you need to *6 your phone to go ahead and share. Yay. I'm so excited. Anybody want to share what they got from conference?
Lauren's here.
Hi, Lauren. Welcome.
I'm always happy to share. Conference was just amazing. I don't have my notes in front of me, but really I feel like it's more of the feeling that you get coming out of conference again. And this one was just different. And I feel like I've said that before, and then the action wasn't necessarily there as much as I wanted it to be, but like it's just been different. It's been such a fun week. It's been hard actually keeping up with the momentum, and I want to keep that up, and the whole, getting out of the wagon thing and running with the wagon, and I just feel like all of that is happening. But I'm so excited for, Tom's leadership and where he's taking the company, and I know that he's going to get there, and especially with this Puerto Vallarta trip that everybody's earning. It's the carrot at the end that's like giving us something to work towards, and I appreciate that, and that works well with me. But I don't know, it was just amazing, and I love it, and I'm so excited for all the people that I'm talking with, and just our group is just a Monday night, man. We had a book club and kind of a training locally, and just everybody's excitement. It was just inspiring. So that's what I have to say.
Fun. Well, there is a lot going on, that's for sure, and that momentum is definitely back, and so very exciting. Thanks, Lauren. Thanks for starting us off today. Who else wants to share? Anyone else? *6 your phone.
This is April. Can you hear me?
I can. Hi, April.
Hi. I want to second what Lauren just said. The conference, some of it is about the things that you learn there, but more of it is about a feeling. For various different reasons, I was probably at kind of a all-time low right before conference. I'm like, I gotta have something to pull me back up, and I felt like conference really did that. That I was really. I guess one of the things that struck me was how much. I know we've heard this before, where we say, "Well, the leaders of in corporate, they really care and stuff." But I was so touched by when Tom came and talked to our group in your room, and I could see how intense he was and how sincere he was in really wanting to support us and helping us to choose goals that were right for us, and trying to structure things so we get back that sense of hope that we can attain some of these things. There's some of these things that maybe are within reach. And that, in the sense of camaraderie and energy about making healthy choices and supporting each other in times when I thought, well, I really need to make contact with this one person that spoke up on stage, or I'm looking for this kind of a support of a story. And then I would go to the elevator and just happen to talk to people who were the exact people that I was looking for. And it was just like, it just seems like everything fell into place the way it needed to be, and it's just a really exciting time.
fun, and I know it is exciting. And I think it's interesting because you said that you really needed something to pull you up. And when you're out sometimes by yourself, especially April's down in Houston and all by herself, you do. That's why it's even more important than ever to go to these conferences, but also being plugged in, because it is difficult sometimes when you're out by yourself. And April is by herself. Her husband, he travels a lot, and so she's out there. So anyway, got to make sure we give each other all that support that we can. So thanks, April. Thanks for sharing. Anyone else want to share? And let's maybe take one more, and then let's talk about any successes this week, and then we're going to go right into what we need to talk about. Anybody else? All right.
Quila.
Let's talk about. Oh, yes.
Hi, this is Roger.
Hi, Roger.
Hey, I'm happy to share because conference was also amazing for me. And, April's not alone. I really needed this conference. I needed my battery recharged, and it was just spot on. The whole conference was so much fun. The feeling was amazing, and being with other people, other Relive distributors that wanted the same goals that I do, and just that feeling of being together was great. I mean, the information we got was super great. Your workshop was just dead on. I mean, that was something that I think everybody needed. The whole conference was just great, and I came off of it just loving it. I mean, contacts that I made while I was there to share Relive with people and everything. I mean, it was great.
Well, I thank you so much. And I do need to say, in that workshop, Robert was he just did an incredible job sharing the compensation plan. And
He did, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And it's I think everyone needed that. And I loved conference, and I don't know if you saw this, Roger, but the one thing that I noticed also was you didn't have the red coats around Bob, and you didn't have the red coats around everybody. They stayed. I mean, Tom and Ryan and everybody, for the most part, they were there until the end of the party on Saturday night. And usually they just make an appearance and leave. And I think that they're realizing, I mean, not realizing, but Tom went in and shook things up at the in the corporate level. We had an ambassador call last week, and I talked a little bit about it with some of our people on Thursday, and he just really, it's kind of like Blockbuster, where you can have a great idea, but if you're not willing to change, you'll end up like Blockbuster, which is no longer there. And so he had to go in and get us updates in technology and social media and all that kind of stuff. And he's done it, and it's exciting on what's happening. So, I loved it. I loved every aspect about it. And, Jim and I have been involved, and Jim's on the phone, and I'm so glad to have him here with me today. And it's exciting because you go to conference, and we go there because we love Relive. We know it's, probably what we should do, but yet you come out of there thinking, man, what would it have been like if I wouldn't have gone? I shared that I wanted everybody to go to conference to get an experience like what Jim and I had our very first time, and that is to come back and just know without a shadow of a doubt that you will be able to accomplish whatever it is that you'd like, whether it's, part-time income, full-time income, whatever it might be, you can do it. And we came back from our first conference with that. And I think, if I'm hearing everyone correctly from what I've heard all week, is that there are a lot of people that came back with that as well. And people that went to conference that were very nervous because last year when they went back, they, had things happen in their life and had a little bit of anxiety about that, but went and came back and things are good. So I'm just excited. So let's talk about some successes during the week. I want to go just a few more minutes with that, and then we'll dive in. Let's see. Louise, come on, let me see. Louise says, I got to read all these. I remember when we started Relive, they used to say that Relive is caught, not taught. I think that was back in full force this time, and I believe that too. Lee says, our Tuesday night resulted in 2 new distributors and a quick start followed with a busy week. Good for you. That's really great. Who wants to share? Anybody else wants to share about anything this week that's happened? I know that there's a lot that's happened because I've been on the phone all week with a lot of people.
Barb's on,
yes.
And
Hi,
I
Barb.
just wanted to share, I was not able to attend conference, and I am so grateful for the enthusiasm that kind of has that contagious and rippling effect upon me and others. I am not surprised that conference had that impact because we're doing the best for the best, and it's really exciting. But I think that the 5-month plan has been a real inspiration to many of the folks here. I don't know if Rudy or Yvette have been able to get on, but it's been so much fun. I'm kind of calling it the 5 and 10. You know, the old 5 and 10 dime stores, the little stores on the corner. There is so much enthusiasm for 5 months of focus and 5 masters, 10 distributors, maybe some being masters, all of the parameters that have been explained and seriously and sincerely thought through at corporate are working. It's fabulous. There is no one who will be left behind. And as you say, whatever level of involvement a person desires, they can do that, but they can also exceed that. And I've been so proud of the team here. We are excited to have you come down next week, and we're pulling out a lot of folks who've looked at Relive in the past, and Yvette has her first out of her 10. Rudy has his first out of his 10, and it's just exciting. It's a contagious atmosphere, and 5 months of a person's life can be dedicated for consistent working on a goal that will impact 50 years of lifetime. So it's pretty exciting. Thanks for coming down, and thanks to everybody who was there for having such a contagious attitude.
So fun. You know, and I'm watching this, and honestly, this first week has been exciting after conference, and this really is a long month. I mean, we've got 3, almost 4 full weeks left the way the month is laid out. So very fun. Thanks, Barb. Thanks for sharing. I am excited to come down, and we're going to have fun. And I'll just kind of chime in with that really quick. Yes.
This is Sue Baldwin. I was so excited about conference. I came home and started talking. I have my first appointment set for Tuesday to do a presentation, the first one in 2 years. Life's kind of gotten in my way, and like you said, I'm out here all by myself. Conference was so good to give me that, knowing I had the backup and meeting new people and just the whole thing. I am so grateful.
Good. Well, we're excited for you, and you'll do great. So that's wonderful, Sue. Thanks for sharing. And yes,
this is Wim.
Hi.
I kind of picked this. Hi, I picked this up. I'm hearing this. We're kind of by ourselves, and and even though we have a few distributors in our area that are working and trying to get things really moving, we're kind of by ourselves in Utah too. And I think that happens in Relive. And I think about you a lot, Quila, because you were by yourself, and yet it didn't stop you. And I had that thought the other day. So we can be by ourselves, and yes, the conference really did motivate, and it's too bad everyone couldn't be at conference because it was one of the best. And like some of the things that you said, the things that I noticed in the 11 years that I've been involved is Ryan and Scott on stage together. I've never seen that, I've never seen them all on stage together working together, and I think that's the whole message, everybody working together, and Tom says that all the time, we're pulling, we're pushing, we're all working together. And, I had a couple there with me, and they had been to the Master Affiliate Schools and that down in Anaheim, and I've been working with this couple for quite a while, and so you never know what's going to reach somebody, because she was telling me one day she loved the product, and wouldn't go without it, even had total replacement, both knees, and figured after that she wouldn't need Relive, but they didn't work as well without Relive as they do with Relive, even after the surgery. And so they were sold on the product, but I couldn't get them to think about Master Affiliate, even though they had heard all of this. And so one day she said, well, we need a tax write-off. And I said, hey, you're a distributor. Why don't you come to conference? That's a tax write-off. Now, I would have never thought that would have got somebody to conference, but it did. They came, they had a good time, and guess what? They became Master Affiliates because of conference and what they saw and the feeling and being involved with, the complete Relive atmosphere. And it was great. I mean,
congratulations. That's exciting. Well, first of all, congratulations, Lynn. Very fun. You got one down and a few to go, but it's exciting. And Robert put something in the chat box. Just remember, starting by yourself is an opportunity to build it your way. When we started, we were by ourselves. Here's the thing I wanted to say, and I was listening to this, and I was thinking, well, how can I say that with the way that I'd like to say it? You know what? No matter what, we can let those negative feelings come in that we're all by ourselves and we don't have any support. Believe me, Jim and I had that also when we first started. We were in Oregon and nobody, and we didn't have calls like this. We had to decide ourselves. And you really want to think about Bob and Sandy were by themselves. Think about Tom. It's having a vision. You have to have your own vision. That's why we go back to what your why is, because you cannot let anything derail it. I will tell you, everything and anything that you think that could derail Jim and Quila Buhler has happened, but we keep and continue. And so you just have to make a sacrifice. I was telling Jim I wasn't able this morning to get my workout in, and it's beautiful here. If you haven't noticed on the weather, we had 108 in Portland on Thursday. It was 108 on Wednesday, 105 on Thursday. Now we're cooler because we're only at 100. So we've had some really crazy weather here, and this morning was a little bit cool, and I thought, wow, it's been great to go on a walk, but the time just didn't let it happen. So I could have made a choice to, I really want to go on a walk, or do I want to be on here and build my business? You guys, we've been doing this for 26 years. You have to make a decision on what is it you want to do. And if this is what you want to hang your hat to, put that star in that wagon, then do it. Let's all move forward and do it together. And I say that sincerely, and I do, I think about April, and I think about people that are in the Utah group and everyone that's in these areas. That's the whole point of banding together so that we can be as one. And that's what's the really cool thing. All right. I'm going to go on, and if anybody else has anything else they'd like to share, put it in the chat box and I can bring it on. But we've got a lot to cover. And what I'd like to do is I'm going to bring on, first of all, I want to talk about the director program, and I did it this way. Let me see if I can bring this in the way I wanted to. My portal, current promotions. So let's talk about the advancement program for those of you that aren't real clear on this. Just remember that nothing changes in the ambassador program. Still the same, all based on overrides, 2-month qualification of being a master director, 2 months in a row. Nothing changes. There's a few things that changes on the rewards for that. I'll talk about that. But what they did is they felt, there are a lot of people out there that are master retailers and wholesalers. And for Relive's entire life, we've always talked about how, to build a business, you want to make that third form of income. And that's still true. Nothing has changed. But we want to recognize those people that have a very big base because they've been out helping people. And so, to get to director, no different. You need to bring in a frontline master affiliate. The key director and above, up to presidential director, you now can take your override your wholesale and your retail profit and combine them together. And when you make $1,000 in a single month, your first time, or $20,000 in volume, you get to Key Director, you're going to get a $500 bonus plus a pin. That's great. Here's where some changes start. Senior Director, same thing. You can get there combined with your wholesale, your retail, your override. And when it gets to be $2,500, that first time you're going to earn a $1,000 bonus. Now, they used to have it that they would bring, the senior directors in after they did this twice into Relive Corporate, but they changed that. And what they're doing is they've moved money out of areas that really were not sitting in the best spot, and they're putting it into our pockets. So first-time senior director, $1,000. Master director, when you, again, combined earnings of overrides, wholesale, and retail, it's $4,000 in a single month. First time you do it, nothing changes. You're going to get that $2,000 bonus, and you get the pin. Here's the kind of exciting thing. Presidential director, when you get to $8,000, and that can all be combined, and believe me, you guys are all going to do this. You get $8,000, combined, and then you get a $4,000 bonus. So right there in that month, that's $12,000 worth of income. Plus, being there, you're going to get a star bonus and all of that too. Plus, you get a ring. Now, they used to have trips involved in this. They took that out. And I think they're smart, because what they would do is they would go to these incredibly luxurious resorts, and they block all these areas or these spaces. And to be quite honest, we weren't hitting them. It was, costing Relive a boatload of money. So what they're going to do is what they did when Jim and I first got started, and they're just going to come in and they're going to say, hey, all master directors or senior directors, we're going to have a workshop and fly you guys in. You want to work your business. We did not have not one of these incentives when Jim and I earned, when we went up through. We had a trip and we got the ring, but there was no $2,000 bonus or $1,000 or $500, nothing. We just worked because we wanted to. There wasn't a carrot that was dangled in front of us as far as all these rewards. So this is exciting to me. Now, let me make sure you guys get this clear. Any star director bonuses, that does not include in moving you forward. It's simply combined earnings of overrides, wholesale, and retail profit. And let's see, the ambassador program, we'll kind of go to that really quick. If you click on this, just know that to become an ambassador, same thing. But what happens here is when you do that, you get an all-expense-paid weekend at headquarters for 2. That's exciting, okay? So they're going to take you back. I like that better than going on a trip to somewhere, because you get to go back, you get to rub shoulders with all the people that are in Relive headquarters. You get to meet them on a name-by-name basis. We get to call in, and we know all these people because we've met them. You're going to get that too. The neat thing now is that when you advance in the ambassador program, they're giving you an advancement bonus. So let's say that you sponsor, you become a bronze ambassador and you sponsored an ambassador. Well, you're going to get, if you move up by doing that, let's say that you, hold on, our landscapers are here and I got to close the window. If you and let's say Susie both come into the ambassador program at the same time, and Susie goes ambassador and you sponsored her, you're going to earn everything that she does. You'll get the trip, but you're also going to get a $2,000 bonus. We are silver ambassadors. So the next time that we sponsor someone, we're going to not only on the bonus part get car and health insurance, but we'll also get a $2,000 advancement bonus. And Tom was talking about advancing those bonuses in the ambassador program and making them extremely large. So that's kind of fun. All right, there's the director program. Let's now, and the ambassador, let's now go over to the Port of Iota Challenge. I want to make sure that everyone understands how this works. So here we have, it runs from August 1st right now through December 31st. And how this works is that, and hear what I'm saying, you need to personally sponsor 10 new quick starts or 10 new people. You have to sponsor 10 new quick starts. And out of that, if 5 of them go master affiliate, that counts. So you'd have 5 quick starts, 5 master affiliates. That works. But you have to sponsor 10 people that make it up to at least the quick start level. Now, you can have people go master affiliate in your organization. So let's say that you have 3 people that have been distributors already, and they pop up to a master affiliate level. For instance, like what Luann Pecorelli had. Fine. You still need to have that 10 quick starts. Okay, so if you sponsor 3 master affiliates from people that you've already in your personal group that you sponsored like last, January, great. And if they go to master affiliate, great. But you still need to have 10 new quick starts. Everybody get that? 10 new quick starts. If 5 of those new quick starts pop up to master affiliate, you're good. But if you sponsor master affiliates out of people that have already been in your group, okay, that were already sponsored, you'll get the master affiliate credit, but you still have to have the 10 quick starts. I hope I made that clear. If you have a question, put it in the chat box. And let's see. All right. So here's the thing. The trip next year will be March 15th to the 18th. Let me tell you how powerful this trip is. I've had people that are master affiliates that have been sitting around, and they're so excited because this is competing against yourself. When we had the iPad promotion a few years ago, everybody wanted that because they knew that if they did $16,000 in a calendar month, they would get an iPad. And they worked hard, and they did it. I have the same people that earned those are saying, I could do this. Because it's not taking the highest volume. Nobody has a head start over anyone else. That's why they're making it that you have to sponsor 10 quick starts. So, you know what? 10. You can do it. And that's exciting. I'm so excited about this. So it's very, very fun to have people come in and know that you can do this. Make a chart on your wall, 1 through 10, put 5 master affiliates, whatever it might be, but just keep track and get started. Do it all now, do it all in a couple months, just be consistent and do it along the way. But here's the other thing, your quick start and all this volume, it's got to go through Relive and it's got to be under their ID numbers. You have to do that, okay? That's the best way. Oh, wait. No, sorry. All of that volume has to go through. So if you sell a quick start out of your inventory to someone, you need to do a replacement order. And that is you call Relive, you put it underneath their number, and then you send a replacement back to you. You have to show that quick start happened. And regarding the director program and advancing all up through that doesn't come. They don't know what you personally earned. It all has to come through product that's ordered through Relive. So that's how that works. All right. One of the things that Robert and I, the workshop that we did was building healthy master affiliates. And the message that's come loud and clear is that we simply do not, my comment was, what is 8% of 0? And that is 0. And you need to be able to understand your financial plan of how our business works. If you do not, there's simply no way that you're going to be able to understand the potential of what this can do. How many of you, think to yourself, really, when I just showed you that ambassador program, how many of you have gotten on the internet and looked at it? I will tell you that they have a whole new website presence that's going to be coming out in about a month or so, making it easier to find things. But you just need to go on there and click and look at what's out there. Look at what the potential of what could become. Build make a 5-month plan, make a yearly plan, a 2, a 5, a 10-year plan. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter if you're, 20 or 60. You still need to know what direction are you headed. Because if you're not in any direction, you don't know where you're going, first of all, you're not going to get there. And second of all, no one's going to follow you. So you need to be able to understand what this is. Trust me on this. when you understand the compensation plan, your business will grow. It's just simply how it works. Let me go back to my portal. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go, and I've got my sweet husband on the line because I don't think there's anyone better. Jim, while I'm finding the compensation plan on here, do you want to talk about a little bit about what excites you about our compensation plan and what drew you to it in the beginning? And you might need to star 6 your phone.
Okay, what was the question again?
I want you just to talk about why you love our compensation plan.
Well, because, first of all, there's no quotas, there's no requirement to buy product, and it's like having an annuity program that will pay you for the rest of your life, and having a health, as you talked about in the conference, is if you have a healthy master affiliates. I mean, our initial goal was to get the product for the best price for own consumption, and because you were such a walking advertisement, it made sense for us we can put people on the product as easy as the doctor who sponsored us could, and earn some extra income. And then it grew beyond what we had imagined. I was looking at a way to supplement our retirement and maybe allow you to be at home with the kids. And the goal is you build healthy master affiliates by getting people results on the product and in the business at whatever level they choose. And so I love the compensation plan because as I said, there's no requirement to buy or sell products. There's no quotas to maintain. People buy the product because they want to, not because the company requires them to. And once you get people results, you have lifetime customers. We have an annuity program that will pay us for the rest of our life. So the work that we did 20-some years ago, we're still getting paid for today because Relive has a 70% retention rate, and that's what we've noticed. We have people we put on the product in that first year who are still on the product today, and so we're still earning that income. When you have an hourly job, you never get paid for the work you did yesterday, but here we're getting paid for the work that we did 20-some years ago because those people got results just like we did. And the compensation plan, it's kind of like the old fable of Jack and the Beanstalk, and who climbed the beanstalk, and what do you find at the top of the beanstalk? You found the goose that lays a golden egg. Now you can kill that goose and end your income, or you can nourish the goose and get a golden egg every month. And essentially that's what Relive is. It's like a golden egg that keeps producing every month when people get results. And I've always said if you're earning $1,000 a month with Relive, it's kind of like having a $250,000 investment that makes 5%. 5% of 250 is 12,000 divided by 12 is $1,000 a month. So that's kind of shows how simple the valuation of your business is. So yeah, I absolutely love the compensation plan. It's very straightforward, easy to understand. It's not, and Bob and Ryan and Relive is always trying to enhance the compensation plan as the company becomes more profitable.
Well, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about it. How many people on this call, and you know who you are making $500 a month with Relive, and you're thinking, oh, that's not very much. Okay, so let's just look at this long term. Let's just hypothetically say that you're very part-time. You are very limited to what that you can do. So let's just say that you're earning $500 a month, and that's what you're earning consistently in let's say the first 12 months. Well, that would be equal. Let's say that you in 12 months you had a solid $500 a month income. That's equal to having $125,000 in the bank. Please tell me, are you capable of going out and saving $125,000 a year? Nope. So let's say that you just increase it by $500 a month, okay, or by $500 a year. The next year it would be worth $250,000. And what happens is it starts to double. Then you're making $2,000 a month. That's equal to $500,000. Let's say it took you 4 years to make $2,000 a month. Could you save $500,000 in 4 years? No. So what we're going to start doing on these trainings, and those individuals that are doing the training are going to be doing this. We're kind of adding this out there, but we need to start going over the compensation plan every Saturday. Everyone's going to do it differently, and you have to be able to get used to this, to hearing it. We're not going to do it at the beginning. We're not going to do it at the end. We might do it in the middle. Doesn't matter. Because what I don't want to have happen is people going, well, I don't want to hear the comp plan. Okay, you need to embrace this. You need to love it. You need to enjoy it. As Robert said in the chat box, when you get it, you're going to feel proud about it and really get it. And that's important. I put this worksheet on here because I want to know how many of you look at this and go, what about, I don't know. First of all, this is a great sheet for you to work on. But second of all, this is something that you could just take with you if you don't understand this in your head. Now, the neat thing is there's the key, which is right here. And this is the one that Jim has copies of this. I mean, it's how we learn. And the only thing that's going to be different on here, which they need to change, is that 25% level is at the $500. So, I don't know, Jim. I'm looking at time. It's about 20 till. We can quickly go through this. Would you like me to? Do you want to, or should I have Robert do it?
Go ahead, Quila. You're doing fine.
Okay. Well, hey, Robert, you did this in about 4 minutes at conference. You want to do it?
I can. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can. I want you to do the quick version.
All right. Well, it's an even quicker when you look at it this way, but really it comes down to choosing what you want to do with your time and with your money. And with Relive, we get to build a business that you get determined both. So we start with 5 different ways that we can get paid. The first one's retail profit, and we can choose where we get paid in that in regard from 10% to 40%. And you get to position yourself so that when you retail $100, you can make anywhere from $10 to $40. And if you think of the stories that we hear all the time, you get to realize that there's really unlimited potential on who you can help as you think of your friends, your neighbors, and your relatives. Then there's wholesale profits, which is the second way we get paid. And you can choose whether you want to get paid anywhere from 5% to 30%. And that's really as you're helping people build their businesses. You're now no longer just selling cans, but you're helping people sell cases and really distribute lots of product. And so maybe somebody joins you in the business at that 10% level, you're going to help them earn that 10%. And for helping them earn their 10%, you're going to earn the difference of 30% because you chose to put yourself at the 40% profit level on that last slide. Maybe they bump up to 25%, and that's where they decide they're going to start out at that quick start level. That's a great place to get going, and you're going to make the difference of 15%. Or maybe they've worked their way up and they're working their way to master affiliate to do exactly what you've done, and they're now at that 35% level, and you're going to get the difference of 5%. And really what you want to remember at that point is even though that 5% is smaller, it's on a whole lot more volume, so you're actually building a much bigger check, and you're actually helping a lot more people. Next way we get paid is overrides, and this is where it gets really exciting because this is like Paul McCartney getting paid for the last 60 years on Yesterday or something like that. And this is where you're helping people build their own career-level incomes, their own franchises, if we were to go to that metaphor. And this is paid off of business volume and calculated that way. And let's say that Susan decides she wants to do exactly what you did. She wants to be at 40%. She wants to have wholesale. She wants to have retail. And you're going to help her get that. So she's going to have customers, distributors, her own consumption, maybe her family's consumption, and you're going to help her succeed with all of them. So you're going to get paid 8% off of all of her volume in that way. Susan knows Jim. He could be up in Portland, Oregon this morning, and she helps Jim do the exact same thing. And she's going to help him succeed, and you're going to help him succeed, and you're going to get paid 6% at that level. And then as you watch it go down to the third, fourth, and fifth level, you're going to see that you get paid 4%, 3%, and 2% on those levels. And what I love about this, though, is you can have as many Susans as you can find, and she can have as many Jims as she can find. So really, it's an unlimited potential right there. And what this looks at in terms of building a check, this is where it gets even more exciting, is let's say you just found 3 Susans. And those 3 Susans went out and helped maybe 15 to 20 people, maybe their customers, distributors, something like that. And so you have 3 people that you've helped build 2,000 volume for each of them. And that adds up to 6,000. And remember, you're going to get that 8% basically a bonus. So you're now getting an extra $480 a month because you're helping 3 Susans help other people and help themselves as well. Those 3 people go out and do the same thing, and you see it starts to duplicate. And there's 9 at that second level, and you see that number pretty much doubles. And now just on that line alone, you've got $1,080 coming into your pocket every month. And you're also helping all of your Susans get money into their pockets as well. And then you see as it goes down to the 3rd, 4th, and 5th level, it doubles and doubles and doubles. And it gets this massive number called $18,300 in total income per month. And that's because 3 people help 3 people who help 3 people. And you start thinking how many lives were changed for the better because 3 people helped 3 people and all of the people that were around them. First time I saw that, it was a massive number, and I had a hard time grasping that somebody could actually do that from home. But now I can tell you people have been in our living room that actually have done that and more. And a lot of those people are come out of the next couple of levels of income, and that's where we've met them. And that's where we get to our cash bonuses and trips. That's the 4th way we get paid. And cash bonuses and trips, we've been around the world. We've gotten to go to Jamaica and Cancun and Haiti, and we've gotten bonuses from Relive, and other people could tell you where they've been. And then the 5th way is the ambassador program. When you're reaching override income that's over $4,000 for 2 consecutive months, Relive can invite you to come in and be a leader, represent, and train others around the globe as well to really help take this company to the next level. And that next level is $1 billion mark. And I want to be a part of it, and I can't imagine anybody else would as well. So how is that, Quila?
Okay, thank you very much. There's no way that I could have done this because the landscapers were here, and I wouldn't have been able to talk over the lawnmower. But here's the thing, Robert, you did that. I know. Well, you've done this. You did that in 5 minutes. Here's the one thing that most people do when they do the compensation plan. You guys think that everybody needs to know absolutely everything. They don't. You lose them. You know, the comp plan is, I'm going to say this, and you're going to go, no, it's not. But I will tell you, yes, it is, and I'll tell you why. This is simple. But we overcomplicate it. First of all, we overcomplicate it because maybe you don't understand it, and you look at this and you go, oh, but I'm telling you, go online and copy this and fold it up and look at it. So if you're in a doctor's office, just look at it and work on it and learn it. I told you, I talked to my refried beans, I talked to my dog, I talked to the refrigerator. When I was cook, I talked to all the food. I wanted to learn this. You have to learn it. It's just the most important thing that you can do. So I hope you guys are still there. I just had a call come in and I declined it. All right. So I want to make sure that everybody understands those individuals that are going to do Saturday training, you're going to focus on a couple things. One, you need to go over the comp plan. So you can, do it this way, but only take 5 or 10 minutes and make it quick and make it easy. This is going to help you. It's going to help the people that are listening. But I promise you that if you understand the comp plan, your business will grow. It's just they definitely go hand in hand. All right. So the other thing that I want to go back to is one of the things that individuals, we had a meeting on Friday and just talked about, ways to improve things and ways to move forward. And one of them talked about how they would like to see us working more on understanding the fundamentals. So those trainers that are on the schedule for the rest of this year, you're going to see that I put on each week to cover segmentally a topic. So if you, let's say that you're asked to talk about Connect. Okay, great. You can still go through all the training, but I want you to really focus and spend your time on Connect. Let's say that you've been asked to talk about Connect and you do a whole training on Connect. Great. Let's just make sure that in our trainings we go over the compensation plan. I want to focus on one fundamental a little bit more, and then make sure we talk about our announcements. And then I think it's a good idea. And Yvette kind of brought that up, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to hear, and everybody was like, yep, we want to. Because sometimes, you get onto training, and I remember the question was asked, how long do I need to be on training? And the answer is until you fall in love with it. It is. You think that Jim and I need to be on training every Saturday? No, we do not. But we are here because it keeps you plugged in. I'm going to be upfront. One of the reasons that you can feel out there and maybe things get out of sorts is we want to stay plugged in. It's kind of like, a light bulb can't have any juice unless it's plugged into an electrical outlet. I feel that the things that we have, the system is an electrical outlet. So talking about that electrical outlet with the system, one of the things is that you're going to see, I know in Portland, we're going to start having something for the area once a month. And then we're encouraging people to get together with your groups and do things also together, whether it's once every couple of weeks or once a month, whatever it might be. But in Portland, we will start having something once a month. Now, for now, we have an event on the last Saturday of September, and that's going to be at the Marriott Courtyard. And then we're also going to start having like in-home presentations once a month in the area. So we'll probably do the Marriott about once a quarter, just because of our due structure and things like that. Finally, making sure I get all this in. There's so much to talk about here. We'll get back here. Let me talk about here. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to get over this. All right. So events. Let's go over to the Relive Live events. All right. So what Relive's doing, it costs Relive about $500,000 to put on their the international conference. What they're going to do is instead of having one that not everybody can always come to, they're opening up to two. And the first one is in Anaheim, which is in the Penguins' backyard, and that's April 20th to the 21st. So look at the schedule. It starts on Friday at 7, and then it's going to end on Saturday at 4:30. For our organization and for some of our those that you know who you are, we're asking come in on Wednesday, and we're all going to go to Disneyland all day on Thursday. Start in the morning, end at night. Then on Friday, we'll go into downtown Disney, probably have lunch at the Rainforest Cafe, and then we're going to meet on Friday afternoon and get together, and that'll be our annual meeting, I guess you would say, like we do at conference, and then we'll start in. We're going to do it on Friday afternoon because some of you might not be able to come in that early, but schedule it that way. If conference ends at 4:30, some of you might want to go home later on that night. You can do that. You want to fly into the John Wayne Airport, the smaller airports. LA is a little bit farther away. So just be aware. You guys, the registration is $85. And look what it says. Includes lunch on Saturday. And if you become a new distributor, if you sign someone up after February 1st, they're going to get registered. So that's pretty neat. Oh, Robert says Long Beach is also good for flying in. Okay. Let's down here, Orlando, October 12th through the 13th. Same schedule. This is going to be at Universal Studios. I know that we're thinking of going there, and our kids are going to come, and we're going to go into Disney World for a couple days and just make it a family event. So get yourself registered. They will sell out. That is the one thing that Tom talked about. And I'm going to go over quickly. We had an ambassador call a couple on Wednesday. Just kind of that everything that corporate wanted to accomplish, they did. And there's a buzz that Relive Our Future is Brighter, and we're together, and we're all on the same page, and we have momentum. We've been talking about that. We have momentum. And Ryan said, right now is the time to take, charge of that. Also, the Road to Presidential has been received, what they've done with all the levels. Tom talked a year ago when he first got in that he wanted to change that. He bounced that off some of us, and it was exciting. And they talked about, basic form. Getting event. He did talk about that. Everything will get sold out. Also, on Saturday, I had the opportunity to be invited to go up to Tom's suite with about 15 other ambassadors, and Ryan was there, and they were calling us like their council, and it was just the most honorable thing to be a part of. But they really talked about how we want to get away from being a company that just focuses on sick people. We want to be a fit company. He talked about how, we want to get away from making all the health claims and income claims. There's just liabilities. He talked about how a company out there, their distributors were making health claims, and the company got fined $250 million. He said that Fit3 takes us away from that, and it puts us in the center. So we still are all as passionate as we are about all of our health claims, or health stories. We're still as passionate as we are about losing weight and also about our income. And he just talked about how we're going to, work and get our sponsoring up. I think if I had to end on anything that really touched all of our hearts was that the Quaggas Foundation donations were down. And what that means is that there are children that aren't getting our product. There are children that maybe we're getting it 5 days a week, and now only get it 4. So the more that we build our businesses, the more that Quaggas Foundation will continue to increase. Let's see, he talked about, I'm just looking at my notes. This was encouraging, and I thought was really a great note, that they sold more product at conference in 1.5 days than they did in the last 5. So that should tell you something. I loved also all their apparel selections and just the really neat stuff. So you guys, just think of right now that this is the time to move your business forward. It doesn't matter what you have or have not done in the past. It doesn't matter, none of that matters. What matters is today and where you're moving forward and what you want to accomplish in your life. And just know that with Relive, you have options. Relive gives you that choice to be able to do whatever you want in your life. Jim and I have worked this business. We've worked it together, and we worked it hard in the beginning. And there's been times where I've worked it more than he has. There's been times where he's worked it more than I have. But I will tell you, as you get and things happen in your life, things are always going to happen in your life. And the neat thing is that you can make a decision whether you want to pivot away and do those things, or if you want to keep consistent. I guarantee you, if you had a McDonald's franchise that you had just paid $2 million for and things started happening, you would make it work. And that's what we did. And now, we've been able to build this annuity that continues to pay us every day, and we work a lot less now than we did back then. But it has helped us to be able to do the things that we need to do when life happens. You guys, let's all move forward. Let's just do what we need to do to get where we want to be. No one is going to do it for you. Do not wait for someone else to go out and have that success and try to ride on their shirt tails. You be the leader. Dig down deep, dig your heels in, and do what you know that you can do. Don't listen to other people. You know that you can do this, and it's exciting. So I want to leave you with this. Work on understanding that compensation plan. Most important thing. Work on going out and finding your 2 people this month that you're going to sponsor, and work on whatever goals it is you have, and make sure that you set them. That's one of the most important things. One other note I did want to tell you before we end. If you didn't know this already, Jimmy Rogers did pass away. That's Marge Rogers' husband. And I will be getting out his address to those of you. Send it probably out an email if you don't have it. I just want to update and make sure I've got the right one. I'm sure that I do, but I don't want to send it out until I do. Appreciate everybody. It was exciting for me to have Jim on the call today. And we just love being here, and it's exciting, and let's make it. Oh, Barb, I don't know if you're still on the call. If you want to quickly share about what you have going on Monday with your planner.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It is exciting. 8 years now we have had the Relive Planner in existence. It's taken on a few little tweaks here and there. But I'm grateful that Mickey Straub, the owner of Sam Books, which is sales activity management, and another gentleman were able to meet with Steve Hastings at conference. Mickey is a Relive consumer, and they had fun going and seeing the enthusiasm. And they are going to be offering to many of their other clients who are largely insurance companies, sales-driven companies, they have put together an online format and believe they're working on a phone app kind of thing so that information can be entered in much like we would do on our Google Calendar or Outlook or whatever tool you might use. But this would be done to help track and keep track of activity that you have in your Relive business, who you need to be meeting with next. And I tell you, the grid that we have was truly instrumental. It was, it's been tweaked a bit, but it was that concept of daily accountability that actually helped me advance to the level of ambassador, understanding that those daily tasks, once they are checked off, build to momentum, just like we are doing in this 5-month period now. And so it's Monday at 2 o'clock Central Daylight Time, 12 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. They are going to be introducing and explaining what that looks like. And if there is sufficient interest through Relive distributors, they will design it, they will fix it so that we can use it with our Relive businesses. So it's going to be an overview of what that looks like. And their hope is that there will be sufficient interest to persuade corporate to integrate it somehow in links or whatever, so that people can be more organized. That's kind of fundamental in my brain. If we are not organized, then there is some chaos, and good chaos is fine. But it helps have peace of mind. So please, Becky, I believe is going to send out the link. You register in advance, and they'll send you a note that you have been registered for their webinar. And please do so. Just take the time. Look it over. I think uniformity is one of the greatest attributes that we can encourage throughout the Relive world. Simplifying processes so that the organization aspect of the business is automatic. So please, if you can, look at the link that comes through from Quila and Becky and click on it and register for that workshop at noon. I'm excited that they're doing that.
Thank you. Thank you, Barb. Thank you. I want to let everybody know that we have Mare Hills coming to Utah. That must be September 7th to the 9th. That's exciting. And meetings every Thursday in Orem except the 5th week. No meetings that week. And it's exciting. It sounds like everybody likes these trainings. I just want to say, and I want to make sure I can say this correctly, if you're uncomfortable with, not being able to do the compensation plan, then either let's have someone that does, or you can, invite someone on to do the comp plan if that's an area that you're not strong in. But we've got to make sure that's covered every single week. And I'm sure that there's some of you on the call today that learned just by listening to Robert on how he did things. And when you can hear how, I do things and Barb does things, and how other leaders share that comp plan, you're going to see that, it's pretty easy. So, all right, here we go. We will talk to you soon. Have a great week, everybody.